Have you ever had someone in your life who knew how to push your buttons? Thankfully, I haven't had too many of those people in my life, but there have been a couple of people who would say things and do things on a regular basis that just made me want to, you know what I'm talking about? Now, it's one thing if those people are classmates or co-workers. It's another thing entirely if that person is your parent. And another thing still if you are that parent. This year in our worship services, we've had the privilege of marching our way verse by verse through the book of Ephesians. Such a marvelous book of Scripture, and I know many people in our church family have said how they've benefited from the studies this year. I certainly count myself among that number. Well, for the past few weeks, we've been learning what God has to say about the way Christian families are supposed to function. And this week, our studies take us to Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4, where God issues a rather direct command to fathers. He says, "Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger." It's such an important concept for parents both to understand and to apply. I'm really looking forward to studying this verse with you, and I hope you'll plan to join us. And when you do, could I ask you to do something for me? Could I ask you to look for someone who's new? We've had so many guests visiting our campuses over the course of the past couple of months. It's been wonderful to see all of the new faces. But I want to ask you to look for someone who's new. And I say, Pastor Trey, I don't know everybody. How do I know who's new and who's not? Well, then look for someone who's new to you. And ask the Lord to give you the boldness to go and strike up a conversation. Introduce yourself. Ask them some questions about their life. Get to know them. I'm telling you, God could use a simple act of friendliness like that to make a real difference in another person's life. You could cause someone who's new to our church to say to themselves, you know, I think this might be a place where I could be loved. Maybe this will be a place where I could grow in my relationship with God. God could use you in that way, and I want to encourage you to look for those opportunities. Can't wait to be with you on Sunday.